Hello, my badass boys and badass babes. It is your favorite vixen of Vatican City herself, Virgo the Vixen. And as always, hit those likes and subscribe buttons down below. I just want to give a quick shout out. On my news feed, we've elected a new pope for the Catholic faith. So let's see how this guy does. All I know is that he's an American pope. Yeah, we're screwed. Okay, let's move on. Today, first of all, let me apologize for last week. Got into a little bit of family drama. And what do I mean by family drama? I mean, police were involved, court cases, all that good stuff, but that's a different story. Today, we are going to be focusing on, as you see in the title below, go forth and multiply. We're going to be looking at this concept in the Catholic faith, which I gotta tell you is quite hysterical, of families having lots of kids. Now, why did I want to talk about this? I got this inspiration because I was at the grocery store the other day and I saw this lady and she had a kid who was 2 years old, 3 years old, and then 4 years old. I swear to God, it was like looking at a progression chart, okay? And the weird thing is they were, you had a girl, boy, girl, but the thing is they were so eerily similar. I swear you were looking, like I said, at a progression chart, what they should look like at 2, 3, and 4. It was scary, but it kind of gave me this idea of going forth and procreating because, how do I want to put this delicately? Today we're going to be looking, we're going to be making fun of it, of course, as always, but it just depends on what flavor of Catholicism you practice. There are some that they kind of lighten up on this issue. It's okay, maybe have a few kids, that's fine. Some are hardcore. Those are the ones with like 9 to 13 kids. Yeah, you know which ones I'm talking about. Trust me. You already know that. But I gotta tell you, this makes me laugh because you have to keep something in mind. This is the same faith that doesn't believe in divorce, but we also don't believe in contraceptive or, any form of birth control. Yeah, I know. Strange, funny, ain't it? Ha ha ha. All right, today, I think this is what happened. I can't prove it. Today we're going to focus in on what I believe happened. And I got to tell you, I think when they were getting this thing together and they were deciding, okay, I have an idea. How about this? We just tell people, okay, God wants us to procreate. And this is what we believe as Catholics. Our job is to procreate and bring as many Catholics into the world as possible. Nowhere in the Bible does it say how we are to provide for all these many people, but somehow we are to provide for a number of family members. Now, I believe this is written by a bunch of dudes who have never been married and are players, okay? I think that's what it was written by. I'll let you decide at the end of the video who came up with this idea, if God came up with this or just a bunch of horny men. But point is, the concept is this, and like I said, especially in the Catholic faith, you are to, no birth control. You are to have kids. Women are supposed to just basically be domesticated at the home, raising the children. And apparently the husband is supposed to, just kill himself trying to provide for the family. Yeah, that's their mathematical formula, all right? However, in this mathematical formula, at the beginning, every dude is like this, okay? This is my impersonation of every dude, or say every Catholic male who likes this idea about having multiple children. Okay. Now, baby, I know you just got done giving birth, but I gotta tell you something. God told me I gotta have more children. Okay, now I know that you just gave birth. I know things are, let's just say, not healed up, but honey, I'm on Team God over here. Okay, Team God says I'm supposed to have more kids. Now, honey, baby, I know you're not feeling good. And I'm kind of tired myself, but I got to do this for the team, Baby, I got to tell you, I'm just doing God's work here. Now, I don't want to have sex. Oh, God, I'm just so tired. I just don't know what to do. But I'm taking one for the team, honey. I'm taking one for the team so the big guy up there, we are making him happy. That's why I'm having sex with you. Oh, yeah. You see where this is going if you haven't pictured this little scenario already. Anyways, honey, baby, I love you. It's just that honey, I love you. I think you're great looking, but I mean, I'm tired. I can't. But I found the spirit to let's put a little music on and let's get my Barry White on. Yeah. As you can tell, I believe it was written because a bunch of young men, especially for the young men, who thinks that this is a great idea. Now, for every woman out there who is Catholic or who isn't Catholic and who has an IQ, I'm going to say north of 90, this is not a good deal, okay? Giving birth and then all of a sudden getting pregnant again is not a joyous experience. I think a lot of women would like to, heal up, because what some men don't understand is when we're pregnant, we can't do X, Y, Z, A, B, D, F, and G here. We're kind of limited to the things we can do, the things we can eat, the things we can drink. All right. However, and that includes, it's just not like the child comes and we can go back to doing it. No. If we're still nursing, that list does get a little shorter, but I guarantee you it's still not fun. Now imagine some poor woman just cranking out the kids after time after time after time. I feel, any woman who does that, first of all, you're a saint, okay? Number two, damn, seriously. I mean, even rabbits take a moment to take a break. Seriously, girls, can we just, slow it down? But reality will set in, okay? Now, with most men, okay, now with this formula that I pointed out earlier, the women are supposed to be domesticated while the men are going off to work. That's all they're doing. If you crank out, let's just say 5 children, guess what? They're going to need food. They're going to need, clothing. They're going to need a whole lot of things. Unless you're living on a farm, which I understand why farmers have so many kids. This way you can have someone help with the crops. It makes sense. But if you're not living in a farm setting or someplace rural, guess what? You're going to need a bigger house. Bigger houses cost money. You're going to need, like I said, food, school supplies, everything that you can think of on what to raise a kid. Take that times 5. Now, guys, some of you are not good at mathematics, so let me lay it down for you from a woman's point of view. All right, all those things that you used to like to do, in your younger days, maybe you had a cool car, maybe you had a cool motorcycle. Guess what? Those days are done. Let's just do the math. Your car, your motorcycle has just been sold, so this way you can buy formula, diapers, make the house payment, make the rent, whatever the bill might be. Number 2, you're not going to see your friends anymore. All right, you might have friends who you call or occasionally talk to, but when you're working all the time to support your kids, guess what? Those glory days are that. They're over, they're done. You ain't going to see that again. So guys, let's do the math here. You lose all your fancy toys. You don't get to see your friends. You're busting your ass 24/7 a day. Is it really worth it? Just for those few minutes, several minutes of fun, depending on what the guy is. Just so you can be on Teen God and crank out those kids. Just keep that in mind. As for you ladies, like I said, if you're one of those who, loves being pregnant and loves cranking out the kids, like I said, God bless you. You're a saint. But for the rest of us who want to give a little time between each birth, I say do it. Well, anyways, my badass boys and badass babes, what can we take from the conclusion of today's life lessons here? Number 1, having kids, of course, obviously expensive. Number 2, it might be fun, breeding children, and you can use the excuse, hey, I'm on Team God, baby. Hey, I'm just trying to, just doing God's work. But eventually, you're going to have to work your ass to the bone, so you might want to rethink about, that, because don't get me wrong, if you want to have kids and if you can afford to, hey, God bless you, I say go for it. But if you can't afford to have, let's say, more than 1, maybe 2 children, don't. There's nothing wrong with the term pulling out. I think that'll be the 3rd one. It's okay to pull out. God didn't say you couldn't pull out. It's not in the Bible, so therefore, You can do it, and there's another way. I'll just leave that one out of the, just say there is another way, but we're just going to leave that alone. And also, I guess the life lesson is, yeah, God, wow. I mean, seriously, whoever came up with this idea, if God didn't come up with this idea, y'all a bunch of perverts who did. So, anyways, my badass boys and badass babes, who's your vixen in? Bye-bye.